When you picture an American car, one image dominates. Detroit, the Motor City, home to Ford and Chrysler. For over a century, it's led the automotive world. Assembly lines in Michigan and Ohio feed the dream. Freedom on the open road, built in the US. But here's the surprise most people don't expect at all. Many American cars aren't made in the United States. They're built just a few hours north, in Canada. Why does that matter in today's global economy? Because it challenges how we define national manufacturing identity. Globalization and trade agreements have changed the auto landscape. NAFTA and USMCA built a tight US-Canada partnership. Vehicles and parts crisscross the border multiple times during production. An engine block might start in Michigan, then head north. It's assembled in Ontario, then shipped back as a finished car. It's a constant dance of cross-border cooperation and efficiency. And here's the kicker that surprises most American drivers. Muscle cars, SUVs, and luxury sedans rely on Canadian plants. Without Windsor, Oshawa, Oakville, and Ingersoll, things would look different. The American auto industry wouldn't exist as we know it. So in this countdown, we're diving into the details. 10 popular American cars that are actually built in Canada. From Dodge muscle icons to Chrysler and Chevy family staples. You might be surprised how Canadian your American ride really is. Stick around. Your favorite car might be more Canadian than you think. CAR1 Ford Edge. The Ford Edge is a familiar sight across America. Parked in suburbs, loaded for vacations, cruising highways confidently. Introduced in the mid-2000s, it quickly became a hit. It landed in the sweet spot for families. Bigger than a compact, smaller than a full-size SUV. Loved for versatility, smooth handling, and affordability nationwide. To most buyers, it feels like a classic American SUV. But here's the reality that surprises many drivers. Every Ford Edge is assembled in Oakville, Ontario, Canada. The Oakville plant has been vital since the 1950s. In 2007, it became the exclusive home of Edge. Ford consolidated production in Canada to cut costs efficiently. Oakville is just hours from Detroit's supply chain hubs. Parts move easily across the border for final assembly. Fun fact, most Edges cross the border twice before sale. Parts head north. SUVs return south for American buyers. So while the badge says Ford and ads say, "Built for America," the truth is, it's proudly Canadian built from start to finish. For millions of families, their SUV is an Ontario success story. CAR2, Chrysler Pacifica. If one vehicle defines American family life, it's the minivan. Chrysler started it all with the Caravan and Voyager. The Pacifica continues that legacy with style and innovation. Advanced, family-friendly, and packed with tech for modern travel. But here's the twist most people don't realize. The Pacifica is built in Windsor, Ontario, not Detroit. Windsor Assembly Plant is the minivan capital of the world. Canadian workers have built Chrysler minivans for nearly 40 years. Generations have mastered the craft of family vehicle production. Why Windsor? Continuity, expertise, and decades of optimization. Chrysler leaned into Windsor's strength instead of relocating elsewhere. Every Pacifica and hybrid variant rolls out of Windsor proudly, supplying families across the US and around the globe. Ironically, the ultimate American family vehicle is a Canadian export. When you see a Pacifica packed with kids and groceries, remember, it started life on Windsor's assembly lines. CAR3 Chevrolet Equinox. The Chevrolet Equinox is an SUV you see everywhere. It competes with the RAV4 and Honda CR-V. American families love its affordability, comfort, and reliability. But most drivers don't know where it's built. It rolls out of the Cami plant in Ontario. Located in Ingersoll, it's GM's Canadian production cornerstone. Originally a joint venture with Suzuki in the 1980s, Cami built the Geo Tracker and Chevy Tracker first. Eventually, it dedicated itself to the Chevrolet Equinox line. Known for efficiency and modern systems, it's a perfect fit. Now, Cami is transitioning into an electric vehicle facility. The next-gen Equinox will be fully electric and Canadian-made, designed to compete with Tesla and other EV leaders. Why Canada? Location and strategy play a major role. Ingersoll is just hours from Detroit's supply chain hubs. Cross-border logistics make production seamless and cost-effective. Canada is also investing heavily in EV battery development. That aligns perfectly with GM's long-term electrification strategy. So next time you see an Equinox at Target, remember, it likely made a pit stop in Ontario first. CAR4 Dodge Challenger. Few cars scream American muscle like the Dodge Challenger. Wide stance, retro design, and outrageous engine options define it. Most people assume it's built in Detroit, Michigan, but it's actually assembled in Brampton, Ontario, Canada. Brampton's plant has a rich and fascinating history. Once owned by American Motors before Chrysler took over, it's specialized in rear-wheel drive sedans since the 1980s. When Chrysler revived the Challenger in 2008, Brampton stepped in. It's been the home of Challenger production ever since. Think about the irony of this muscle car's origins. Marketed with stars and stripes, featured in Hollywood, built in Canada. It's a reminder of blurred lines in car culture. Canadian craftsmanship powers this American automotive legend daily. Without Brampton, the Challenger revival might not have happened. The plant's high-volume performance capacity made it all possible. So next time you hear a Challenger's Hemi roar, know it's carrying Canadian pride under the hood. CAR5 Dodge Charger. The Dodge Charger is the Challenger's practical sibling. Aggressive design, V6 and V8 options, Hellcat variants too. It's one of the last true American sedans standing. But like the Challenger, it's built in Brampton, Ontario. The Charger's history dates back to the 1960s muscle era. It evolved into today's bold four-door performance machine. That transformation happened thanks to Brampton's specialized production lines. The plant builds Charger, Challenger, and Chrysler 300 together. Why Brampton? Efficiency and specialization made it the ideal choice. One plant handles mainstream sedans and niche performance models. The Charger stars in movies, shows, and police fleets. It's deeply embedded in American pop culture and identity. But every black and white police cruiser is Canadian-built underneath. Cross-border manufacturing shapes what we call American today. Without Brampton, the Charger might not exist at all. Canada remains a silent partner in American muscle legacy. CAR6 Chrysler. The Chrysler 300 is bold, luxurious, and commanding. Since 2005, it's earned the nickname affordable luxury. Spacious interior, premium styling, and powerful engine options define it. Executives and celebrities made it an American favorite quickly. But here's the surprise most drivers don't actually know. The Chrysler 300 has never been built in Detroit. It's assembled at the Brampton Assembly Plant in Ontario, the same facility that builds the Charger and Challenger. Consolidating all three sedans maximizes efficiency and quality. Brampton is renowned for precision and high-end craftsmanship. Every 300 is inspected for luxury and safety standards. Canadian workers ensure each sedan meets Chrysler's expectations. Many owners don't know their car was Canadian-built. Fun fact, the 300 appears in countless movies and videos. It's a cultural icon, but most are made in Canada. Still, it remains a symbol of American style and power. The 300 story proves borders don't define quality or identity. Canadian craftsmanship helped shape Chrysler's luxury reputation for decades. CAR7 Lincoln Nautilus. The Lincoln Nautilus is a mid-size luxury SUV. Smooth handling, elegant interiors, and advanced tech define it. It's one of Lincoln's best-selling models in the US. Yet it's built in Oakville, Ontario, not in America. Oakville is a long-time hub for Ford production. The Nautilus is assembled alongside the Ford Edge there. Shared lines streamline production and ensure consistent quality. Canadian expertise is evident in every detail and finish. Oakville workers implemented Lincoln's redesigned features in 2019. Infotainment, safety, and driver assist systems were integrated flawlessly. Fun fact, most Nautilus owners don't know it's Canadian-built. They assume it's made in the US by default. But Oakville meets Lincoln's high standards across the board. This shows how global auto manufacturing really works today. American branding, Canadian craftsmanship, luxury transcends national borders. The Nautilus proves Canada's vital role in Lincoln's success. Car 8. Chevrolet Camaro. The Chevrolet Camaro is more than just a car. It's a symbol of American muscle, style, and performance. Since its debut in 1966, it has rivaled the Ford Mustang in a decades-long battle of pony car supremacy. Sharp lines, low stance, and performance trims make it instantly recognizable on any road. Each generation evolves in style and engineering, yet the Camaro retains its unmistakable identity. Despite its American heritage, many 2010s Camaros were built in Canada. GM's Oshawa plant in Ontario produced the fifth-generation Camaro from 2009 to 2015. Oshawa has a reputation for excellence in high-performance automotive manufacturing. Before the Camaro, it built Firebirds, full-size Chevys, and more with precision and care. Canadian workers ensured every Camaro met U.S. market standards. From paint finishes to engine assembly, no detail was overlooked. The production process was a complex North American operation. Parts crossed the US-Canada border multiple times before final assembly. Engines, transmissions, and body components came from both countries. Despite international collaboration, the final product feels entirely American. The roar of the engine and the car's presence remain true to its roots. Oshawa also built high-performance trims like the SS and ZL1. These models featured powerful engines and enhanced suspensions for enthusiasts. Many Camaros from this era still turn heads across America. Canadian craftsmanship didn't dilute the Camaro's identity, it enhanced it. The Camaro proves borders don't define authenticity or performance. Canadian workers helped shape a car that embodies American muscle. Every rev and every panel reflects skilled hands north of the border. The Camaro stands as a testament to collaboration and enduring automotive spirit. Car 9. Pontiac Models Legacy. Pontiac may no longer be in production, but its legacy lives on. From the Grand Prix to the Bonneville and the iconic Firebird, Pontiac models were staples of American driveways for decades. They balanced style, performance, and reliability for families and enthusiasts alike. What many don't realize is Canada's central role in Pontiac's story. GM's Oshawa and Street Therese plants were key production hubs. Oshawa built high-volume models like the Grand Prix with precision. St. Therese specialized in sportier trims, including the legendary Firebird. These Canadian facilities weren't backups. They were strategic and essential. Skilled workers ensured every car met design and reliability standards. Canadian craftsmanship is woven into countless North American memories. Many drivers grew up in Pontiacs built north of the border. Road trips and weekend drives were powered by Canadian-made vehicles. Attention to detail, from engines to interiors, defined Pontiac's promise. Nearly a third of all Pontiacs were Canadian-built. Pontiac's cars weren't just transportation, they were cultural icons. The Firebird symbolized performance, while the Grand Prix offered elegance. Collectors still prize Canadian-built Pontiacs for their enduring quality. Car shows and auctions feature Firebirds and Grand Prix from Canada. The Pontiac story shows how borders in manufacturing are fluid. Canadian plants helped define Pontiac's performance and reliability standards. Canadian workers were essential to a car culture that shaped generations. Their skill and dedication still resonate in surviving vehicles today. Pontiac's legacy is a shared achievement between two nations. It reflects American ingenuity and Canadian craftsmanship working in harmony. Iconic cars can transcend borders while preserving brand identity and soul. Car 10. Cadillac XDS. Cadillac has long symbolized American luxury, prestige, and sophistication. The XDS, produced from 2013 to 2019, exemplified that legacy. Roomy interiors, advanced tech, and smooth performance defined the model. It became a favorite among executives and limousine services alike. Yet the XDS was primarily built in Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. Oshawa's deep history and high-end manufacturing made it the ideal site. Canadian workers met Cadillac's rigorous standards for quality and precision. Every detail, from paint to tech integration, was executed flawlessly. Lane keep assist and adaptive cruise control were seamlessly built in. The plant ensured each XDS delivered the Cadillac experience. Parts crossed borders multiple times before final assembly. Engines, electronics, and interiors came from US and Canadian facilities. The final product felt cohesive and distinctly Cadillac in every way. Most buyers didn't realize their XDS was Canadian-built, but the driving experience left no doubt about its pedigree. Beyond comfort, the XDS represented Cadillac's commitment to innovation. Oshawa's workforce executed advanced features with precision and care. Fun fact, the plant built complex systems before they became mainstream. Canada played a role in pushing automotive tech forward. The XDS proves luxury transcends borders and branding. Canadian craftsmanship shaped its performance and technological sophistication. Each XDS reflects North American collaboration and shared expertise. Skill, precision, and attention to detail aren't defined by geography. The XDS remains a testament to Cadillac's pursuit of excellence. Powered in large part by Canadian hands, it fulfilled its luxury promise. Reflections. Looking back at these 10 vehicles, one thing becomes abundantly clear. The story of American cars is not confined by borders. For decades, Canadians have quietly played a pivotal role in shaping vehicles that millions of Americans love. From family SUVs like the Ford Edge and Chevrolet Equinox to muscle icons like the Dodge Challenger and Charger. Even luxury sedans such as the Chrysler 300 and Cadillac XDS owe their existence to Canadian craftsmanship. What seems like a simple list of cars reveals a deeper truth about cross-border collaboration and industrial expertise. Canada's automotive history is rich, layered, and deeply influential. Cities like Windsor, often called Chrysler Town, have produced vehicles since the 1980s. Oshawa served as a powerhouse for General Motors, building everyday cars and performance legends. Oakville and Ingersoll became hubs for Ford's SUVs and crossovers. These plants aren't just facilities, they're communities of skilled workers. Generations of expertise are embedded in every vehicle that rolls off the line. For many Americans, learning a Dodge Charger was built in Canada is surprising. Yet this partnership has blended efficiency, innovation, and craftsmanship for decades. Economically, the interconnection is staggering and deeply strategic. Billions of dollars in auto parts cross the border each year. Components move multiple times before a vehicle is complete. Engines may start in Michigan, get assembled in Ontario, and return finished. This choreography ensures efficiency and high standards of performance. It strengthens job markets on both sides of the border. Thousands of skilled workers benefit from this shared production model. Beyond economics, this reflects the broader forces of globalization. The auto industry thrives on collaboration, not isolation. The cars we drive are built through international supply chains. Made in America is now a collective effort across borders. Seeing one of these cars is witnessing a partnership in motion. It's a union of skills, pride, and decades of craftsmanship. Canadian-built cars prove that borders matter less than teamwork and purpose. So what's the ultimate takeaway from this exploration? Modern automotive manufacturing is a story of collaboration, not isolation. The 10 vehicles we've highlighted are beloved in the United States. Yet each one owes its existence to Canadian expertise and production. This challenges the traditional notion of made in America. It shows national pride and quality can coexist with cooperation. These vehicles demonstrate how economic interdependence strengthens both nations. Canadian plants meet U.S. demand while preserving and creating jobs. They support families and uphold classic American brand legacies. Windsor, Oshawa, Oakville, and Ingersoll play crucial roles in this story. Every car carries the combined expertise of two nations. Collaboration often leads to superior results in manufacturing and design. This story goes beyond economics. It's cultural and technological too. Canadian plants now produce electric vehicles and advanced safety systems. Cars like the electric Equinox and Lincoln Nautilus reflect innovation without borders. North American engineering and design meet modern automotive challenges together. This is a reminder. The cars we admire are more than products. They're the result of teamwork, strategy, and cross-border collaboration. Next time you see a Dodge, Ford, Cadillac, or Chevrolet, consider its hidden Canadian roots and the story behind it. These vehicles symbolize how nations working together achieve more. So as you buckle up for your next drive, remember this. The American cars you love might be more Canadian than you think. And that's a story worth celebrating. Innovation, quality, and pride don't recognize borders. They recognize skill, collaboration, and shared purpose.